Hello and welcome to the Daily Golden Nugget Friday Flop Fix website review. My name is Matthew Pruett with jWAG, the Jeweler Website Advisory Group, and this is the website review for February 26, 2016. I'm going to be searching for jewelers in Odessa, Texas. Okay, let's jump in. I'm going to open up my Google Chrome web browser, and I am using incognito mode. I'm going to type in my search phrase for today, Jewelers Odessa, Texas. Press enter to see what it gives me. So it gives me an ad for Glitz and Glam Jewelry Store, and then I see Cone Jewelers, Samuel Jewelers, and Pruett's Jewelry. So Samuel Jewelers is a chain store, so I don't usually like to review chain stores, especially since most of the time they are not a flop, so why bother commenting on them? So we're going to bypass the Samuel's website. I can take a look at Cone and take a look at Pruett. So this is the Cone Jewelers website. I could probably dig into that one a bit. And this is the Pruett Jewelry website. And this one certainly is a bit older, and that's the one we're going to stick with. Okay, so diving into this, first impressions that I see here, this website, it definitely has an older look to it. The first thing I notice in the top menu here, the way this is styled, so we have a top menu which is supposed to look like a rounded button, and this was a style that was being used about 10 years ago where you had a darker color on the bottom and a lighter color up on the top, and it would have this rounded bubble effect around the edge of the buttons, and that's what we see here. So I recognize this as certainly a style I was using to program websites probably back in the mid-2000s, so 2005, 2004, 2006 timeframe. So this design really is already 10 years old in the way it is looking. And look at that. Down there it says the copyright is 2009. So this website was programmed in 2009, and it looks like it hasn't been updated since. I wonder what the Wayback Machine would show about this website. Let me take a look in my Firefox. In my Firefox browser, I have a couple of different tools. I'm going to drag that on the screen, and by positioning this here for us to see, I have this tool down here that allows me to quickly look in the Wayback Machine, which is web.archive.org. And this right away tells me that this domain name, pruettsjewelry.com, was only first launched in 2009. So if I click in the 2009 year and I see the earliest Wayback that this has is from April 19th, that website looks like it was under construction at the time, or maybe some of the styles have been lost. And let's see, if I look at October 12th, jumping forward, this is the website we're looking at today. So this website has been alive since approximately October 12, 2009. But let's see if we can get a little more accurate timestamp on it. One of the tricks I like to use when trying to discover timestamps on websites is I will randomly select an image. Usually a logo is going to be one of the oldest images on a website. So I try to do this with a logo, and I right click on it and I say view image, so I can view the image by itself in my browser, and then I simply right click again and I say view page info. And what this does is it calls up another window which will tell me when this file was uploaded to the server, and this clearly says Friday, August 7th, 2009. So this website has been alive since Friday, August 7th, 2009, and apparently it hasn't been updated since. That's a pretty big oof. So clearly this website could use a redesign. I'm going to drag my Firefox off the screen, and we'll continue here in my Google Chrome browser as we look around. I'm going to just take a look at the website, at the homepage here, and get my bearings. So we have a hero image. We have links for product categories here, which they obviously match the same product categories that are under the navigation links here. I notice very quickly a little bit of sloppiness here. Under diamond jewelry, and watch my mouse how right here I'm hovering over pendants, and pendants is a lowercase p, but rings, earrings, and bracelets is uppercase. That's a little bit of sloppy maintenance there. Same thing with watches. I noticed that the watches is a lowercase w. All right, let me take a look here. We have 3 images: Italian beads and accessories, diamond specials, engagement rings. We have 4 products, which are bringing us into our product menu, and we have a footer area here. Oh, that's interesting. Zooming into the bottom, I'm going to see if I can collapse my browser and maybe get a better image of this for you. So when I hover over FAQs, it tells me that this is in fact going to be linking to the contact page. So what happens when I hover over contact? There's no link on contact. All right, newsletter. Newsletter goes to an off-site blog, blog.pruettsjewelry.com. Hovering over the link for blog, or the icon for blog, and it is not linked. About Us goes to the Contact Us page. Customer Care doesn't go anywhere. All right, I'm going to reposition my browser here to fill up the full screen. We're going to take a quick look at this off-site blog. That's pretty bright. Okay, so this is their off-site blog. I never recommend that a website use blog.domainname.com, in this case blog.pruettjewelry.com. Google views every website that has a different domain name as a separate website. This is not part of the same website. Having blog at the beginning of your URL, in this case blog.pruettjewelry.com, at the beginning it is called a subdomain. And when you have a subdomain, that is considered to be a completely separate website to Google. You are not sharing your credibility or your ranking across subdomains. So having this here really doesn't have any true value for a website. Let's take a quick look at the dates. This one, the last date this was updated was August 18th, 2010. So this website really isn't even updated. Hasn't been updated in quite a long time. And they even mentioned their new site in October 5th, 2009. Just another WordPress weblog. So this is one of WordPress's standard phrasing that you see on their blogs when you set them up, that they never even bother to go in and change. All right, so I'm not even going to bother with this. I'm just going to hit back and go back to the website. And let's take a look at the Contact Us page, which for some reason the FAQ icon links to Contact Us. This doesn't really say anything other than, you have to assume, hey, here it says Contact Us. There's no happy message here to say we'll get back to you right away, or here's our phone number in case you want to call us instead of sending an email. And the submit button is in a really bizarre place down here on the bottom right. I would say put the submit button here. This layout is quite unusual, and really no one paid attention to the usability of it while they were setting this up. All right, I'm going to go back to the home page. Let's take a look at what this Amore and Bocce hero image is here. This looks like it might be competition for Pandora, and it looks like they have a free bracelet offer. Let's click on that. So it looks like if we spend $299 or more, we can get a free bracelet. Add this bracelet to your cart. They should have had the photo of the bracelet on here. Add this bracelet to your cart. Okay, this bracelet here. And they have a video. That's pretty nice. That's good that they've got a video here of their products. Not a lot of jewelry stores will take the time to master a video. They obviously have a light box. All right, let's go back. Let's take a look at the rest of those products. Oh, I didn't realize before when I clicked on it, but I'm bringing my window down here. When I clicked on this free bracelet offer, for some reason it opened up into a new tab on my browser. So that's a flop. They should not be opening up in a new tab. It should simply stay within the same window. I didn't even consciously recognize that before. Let's take a look at these bracelets. Whoops, our bad. This is an error page. They have it seems like well, it seems like all of their Amore and Bocce pages are broken. So what a bad setup that they have here, because this is linked from their homepage. They have this hero image, clicking us right over to the Amore and Bocce page, and then the catalog pages here are non-existent, leading only to error pages. Now, this could potentially just be a bad setup of this one particular page. Let's take a look in their product catalog to see if I can find these in the product catalog. Looking for Amore and Bocce beads. It looks like they have a different company now. Cara Beads. They certainly do. They carry a completely different line of bead jewelry that is on their website, but it contradicts what is on their homepage. So they've created this gotcha from the homepage where with this hero image that you click on it, you go and you see this inventory on this special landing page, but yet in their product catalog they have a completely different bead line. So someone here is clearly not paying attention to what's happening on their homepage, yet they have this product catalog with a competitive product in it now. Let me browse around their website, their product pages a little bit more. Let me take a look. How about gold roses? I just clicked on this link here for add to compare. This is not a feature I see on many retail jewelry websites. Kind of impressive that they have the add to compare option here. Let me add a couple of items to the compare list, and let's take a look at how the compare feature works. Okay, where's the link to compare? Let's take a look. Is it on the checkout page? No. No, shopping cart is empty too. Looking for the link that would bring me to view the items that I've put into my compare bucket, and I don't see it anywhere. Okay, well they've obviously got a mishap here, because if I'm adding something to my compare list by clicking this link here, and it tells me I have successfully added it to the compare list, but nowhere does it show me a link to view the compare. There it is. It's down there at the bottom. So that's an unusual spot for this. In fact, I'm not sure why they've got the shopping cart down here, because they have the shopping cart link up at the top. I wonder what happens when I add something to my cart, if it shows me my totals. Alright, so that item was $37.50, and I have one item in my cart. It shows it up there, but it doesn't show a total up there. Let's take another quick look around their catalog here to see this functionality. Interesting. So this is definitely an older style in the way their website is functioning, because it shows the subtotal down at the bottom of the page. A lot of e-commerce sites now will show the subtitle up at the top of the page, near where it also indicates how many items are in the shopping cart. And I'm not sure why this compare items button is down here at the bottom. It really should also be up in the header. That's how a lot of the websites now are doing. If you add something to a compare list, it's faster to find in the header than burying it. Now come to think of it, this box that I'm moving my mouse around right now, this box was only visible on the product detail page, and that was difficult for me to find. I had to click to a couple of different places, and unless I had scrolled down to the bottom, I would not have seen it. I also noticed that this says related. Oh, these are my viewed products and recently added items. So my recently viewed products, these three items here, this would have looked a little better if perhaps they were run horizontally across the screen up here, and also included photographs with the words of those recently viewed products. Same thing with related products. A lot of times companies will show your recently viewed and the related products, and they will be on a product detail page like this one, and they will be running from left to right across the screen. All right, let's click this compare button. Since it took me so long to find it, it pops up in a new window. Interesting. So that is another new window, not necessarily even a new tab. It is, in fact, a new window. I'm going to expand this a little bit. So I have 3 items on here. This is a nice sophisticated feature, especially if I want to compare the red rows with the white rows and which one I want to add to my shopping cart. I can easily do it from here. And I can also print this page, perhaps, to bring it into the store with me. That's enough of the product catalog. Let me bumble around the rest of the site. Let's take a look at the About Us page. This really is interesting. On the About Us page, they really should have a photograph of the store, inside the store, outside the store. If it's been around since 1948, how about an old-time photo of the store? Something which can draw my eye, my attention, and then make me have an incentive to read what's on that page. Let's look over at the services page. We have 3 columns here: jewelry, repair, custom design, and appraisals. And not very interesting. Services pages are usually very boring, with just blurbs of descriptions of the services that they provide. Really, when you have a services page, you should include photography for each one of the services that you provide. Again, it draws the eye in, shows you what you do, rather than having to force somebody to read all the text. You do want them to read, but the photography really does speak volumes. Education. All about diamonds. We apparently have the 4 C's of diamonds here, without any imagery for the 4 C's of diamonds. So it talks about what the 4 C's are, but it gives nothing to really explain what they are all about. Especially when it comes to color and clarity, it is very difficult to describe in words. You really need to see it. So that's bad. And then the FAQ page. This is an FAQ page. It just says, when can I expect my order, shipping, insured. So this really isn't FAQ. This really could have been broken down into links at the footer of the page. There could have been a page dedicated to shipping. There could have been a page dedicated to the return policy. Those would have been typical overhead pages for an e-commerce system that you could put into the footer of your website. I did skip over the Diamond Trade Up. Let's go over there. Diamond Trade Up program. Again, there should have been some photography here to draw my attention a little bit more. That really jumped out at me here is view our loose diamond specials. And that link, let's see where this brings us. It's taking a very long time to load. That took quite a long time to load, and now that it has loaded, I don't think this is the correct diamond specials page. This looks like a general part of their, yes, indeed, this looks like a general part of their product catalog. In fact, it might be their entire product catalog, considering how long the scroll bar is here. Certainly looks like their entire product catalog. So this was probably supposed to be some kind of a Diamond Specials widget or snap-in, and it is non-functioning now. Because this link here says view our loose diamond specials, and when I clicked over to it, it turned out to be the entire product catalog. So something is certainly wrong there. I noticed that this secure site SSL by Alpha SSL keeps popping up here on every page, but yet the website is not in a secure mode. I probably have to add something to my shopping cart, or I probably have to proceed through the checkout process. So if I click on proceed to checkout, I would assume there it is. The domain name, in fact, flipped over to be SSL or secure, which I have here highlighted the HTTPS in the address bar there. And this is asking me to check out either as a guest or register. This is certainly a familiar looking e-commerce system and checkout with these different steps. And this would have been normal around the 2009 timeframe, and certainly a lot of websites now have e-commerce with these checkout. So I'm curious if they actually have sales through the website. I have to assume that they do, since this shopping cart seems to be active, But I'm going to test and see what the timestamp is for their secure certificate. And open up off screen. I'm going to move it in. And it shows that this certificate is valid from April 2015 through August of 2016. So this is a valid certificate, which makes me think that they must be having sales through the site. Otherwise, why would you keep renewing the certificate? I think I've beaten up this site enough. Really, what they need is a good redesign. I am impressed that they are using e-commerce and that they set up e-commerce as their first website from 2009. Their first foray into the internet was to jump right into e-commerce. There's not even a lot of retail jewelers of today who are using e-commerce, and I want to check and see if I can figure out who the CMS is. I do see here it says skin and front end. Okay, there's a tell right there in my tab. This logo here, this favicon, that is Magento. So they are using the Magento software. So kudos for them for using such a large e-commerce system back in 2009 to jump into this. What they should do here to clean up their website, this first big flop, remove this hero image for Amor and Bocce from their homepage, and they may as well put in the one for Kira Beads. And they should also remove this other page that I found here, the Amor and Bocce page. Perhaps they should change this out or swap this one out for the Kira Beads. That's the first thing that they need to do. The second thing is they could also redesign this a little bit without going through a full redesign. They could make some of the suggestions I said before about moving the total that we saw on the footer of the other product pages. They could move that somehow into the header. They've got a lot of space up here in this header, and so why not take this information that's down here on the bottom right and somehow squeeze it into the top header, as well as redesign the product page. So those are basic things they can do with the website as it is now, but I really do recommend that they go through an entire redesign and refresh this website completely. And so that's going to conclude the Friday Flop Fix review for February 26, 2016. If you are interested in having your own review done for your own website, a more in-depth review, or a basic review like this one, I can give you ideas on redesigning your site, what may be good on your site, what may be bad on your site that needs to be improved. I could also dig into your Google Analytics and tell you what's been working and what hasn't been working through that, and help you develop a plan for redesigning and building your website's future, which of course is your business's profitable future. So for jWAG, I am Matthew Prosy. Contact me on any social network, look up my name, Matthew Prosy, and I'll see you next time.